to my channel. I'm Amanda. You may have found me on Instagram or YouTube, and today we're talking about cellulite and how does it connect to knee pain and how can you solve both. Um, so if you're not familiar, cellulite is the term for this sort of fatty looking deposit that mostly women find underneath the bottom of their leg. It has this sort of pock type appearance, and because women sometimes are really self-conscious about it, a variety of products and interfaces and laser therapies and all sorts of craziness are marketed towards this, what they would like you to think is a medical condition. So I'm here to talk about what it is from a physiology standpoint. I'm going to draw you some stuff, and I'm going to propose some solutions to minimize the appearance of it. So first off, cellulite is the layer of fat between these two bodies. So the muscle that it is underneath, in between the back of the knee to the hip, is called the hamstring. And it has two heads, one that attaches here and one that attaches here. So if we draw the belly of the hamstring, now it has these striations. It's larger in the middle than at the end. It attaches knee and underneath the glute on one or the other side. And then we're going to draw the skin. So the skin is a distance above the muscle. The skin's the very top layer. In between the skin and the muscle are these fat cell groupings. Now these aren't individual cells, these are cell groupings. Okay, so those cell groupings are inconsistent in texture, and they create the pockmarked cellulite appearance. So there's a few things that can be done to minimize the appearance of that, and the main one is just strengthening the hamstring. So when you strengthen the hamstring, you're basically just increasing the size of the belly of the muscle, and because muscles eat fat, when you strengthen your hamstring in a very small way, you are increasing the amount of energy your body takes to sustain itself, so working towards losing fat, which has the twofold component there. But specifically, when you just add structure to the hamstring, it reduces the appearance of the pockmarked leg and sort of gives it more of a shape. Just gives the back of the leg more shape. Yeah, it doesn't make the fat entirely go away, but it does give the leg more shape. So how would we strengthen the hamstring? So there's a variety of exercises you might see out there in the world. I will demonstrate a couple, and you'll have to figure out, how am I going to add resistance to that? So the first one is the some people call this Romanian deadlift. Some people call it the single leg deadlift, but you're on one leg, and you say you're holding like a kettlebell or dumbbells. You slowly lower down, and then slowly lower up. Like that. And you're like, so as you are lowering, in the lowering phase here, you're stretching and also strengthening the back of the leg. And then you repeat on the other side. Okay? So the other way you could do this is by bending your knee and kicking your butt back to your heel. Now you could do this by attaching resistance, by putting some sort of a cuff on your ankle or a cage on your foot, and then kicking up towards your butt. You could also do this by laying down on the ground, and then putting a dumbbell in between your feet and bringing your feet towards your butt. And there are many other methods, but strengthening the hamstrings, again, adds structure, which minimizes the appearance of cellulite. Other fat loss methods that I consider acceptable are all the hard way. Adjusting the balance of your energy in a day, calories in versus calories out, which is something I don't recommend you track too often, just every now and then to make sure it's right. You can also try adding protein to your diet, and I understand fat loss is more complicated than muscle growth in a lot of ways because fat loss does have to do with the hormone balance in your body. So if you're stressed out, it can be harder to lose weight than not. Other people, it's the opposite. I like to take about 2.5 milligrams of melatonin up to 5 milligrams of melatonin before bed, and that creates a parasympathetic cascade of reactions in which it's harder to keep, or easier to keep weight off. But fat loss isn't really the focus of this video. Hamstring growth is the focus. Hamstring growth creates structure in the back of your leg, and it also creates balance in your leg. Most people are quad dominant, which means that the front of their leg, the quadriceps, the muscle that's responsible for this extension, is stronger than the back of their leg, the hamstring, which is responsible for flexion, which usually creates knee pain, and it causes people to foot strike in a way that they're leaning too far forward. And then leaning your patella too far forward repetitively can cause pressure and pain here. So that is how cellulite connects to hamstring strength, and why you do not need to pay a ridiculous amount of money for bullshit cures, and you should just do things the hard way. Like I always say, do it the hard way. Give me a like if you learned something today, or if you generally want to see something like it again, or drop a comment if you think my science is funky. We will either butt heads or we will learn something. Have a good day.